Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make silicone molds to be able to cast things like out of resin and stuff like that. So the silicone that I'm going to be using is Pro-Gel 10 high tier. You've got part A and part B. They're 1:1 ratio mix, so whatever amount you put from A, you put the exact same amount from B. This silicone is, you can use it for anything. The main use for this one is for like silicone, like makeup prosthetics, which is good for me because I do like a lot of prosthetic makeup and stuff like that. So I'll basically show you the one that I've just made and how to make your own. Okay, so here's the mold that I just made. It's a mold of a crystal. I make like molds of like resin, not resin molds, I make resin crystals and just anything like that, which is great for like cosplaying and stuff like that. If you want to make any sort of props or anything like that, resin is a really good thing to use. So yeah, for this, which I decided like after it was cured and stuff, that I felt that I used a much too big a container for this. I used a plastic container, which is from a hot glue packet actually, but I decided to use a smaller container and I'm gonna line it with some sticky tape. Okay, so once this has all been lined with sticky tape, I actually put in a bit of, I actually cut out a bit of just plastic for extra security, but you don't need to do that. The main reason that I've like lined it with sticky tape and a plastic is just so that it's easier to take the mold out afterwards, because from this one it's very easy to take out of because it's plastic and stuff. This one I feel like it's going to be a bit harder, so I might have to make a slit afterwards, but I don't think I'm gonna fill this one all the way to the top. Okay, so next what you need to do is you need to mix part A, you can see that, part A with part B. It has to be the same amount of this as there is in this. So you can get one of, I've got a beaker, can't see that at all. Got a beaker, I just used it so it's still got some silicone in it. And what's really cool about silicone, especially this one because it's for prosthetics, like after it cures, like you've still got like the silicone like that, so it's like safe. So I would still like use gloves if you're scared of touching it and everything like that while it's wet, because it does take a while to get off your hands, but it's skin safe. So that's what was left in the inside of the container. Ew. I used for this mold I used 80 ml of each, but I think that's too much, so I might use probably about 40 ml of each in this one. So I use these containers for resin as well. That's why they're so messed up on the inside. Like the resin cured on the inside because I didn't wash them, but oh well. Okay, so you're gonna mix silicone A into one pot, okay, so it looks like this. I know, it looks disgusting. So then we're just going to mix part B. I'm going to mix it in the same one because it's just going to be easier, because the other ones are just, I can't see any of the other writings. Same again, 14 ml, I'm going to put. So it looks like this, and then just mix it. And I'd also get a plastic stick, so a wooden stick. So it doesn't really ruin any of your other sticks. So here I am. Once that's well mixed, you're gonna get your container or whatever. Put whatever you want to cast. It won't ruin the crystals or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And you place it in the middle. You're gonna place your item in the middle of the container, and with your silicone, I'm trying to make sure that it's not going to move anywhere. Yeah. You're just gonna pour it on. So that's about enough. Just in the bin. Oh my days. And basically you're gonna let this sit for about 30 to 40 minutes. So if you want to play it safe, do it an hour, but I don't think it's necessary because this came out pretty well without it having to be an hour. So, you know, do whatever, watch a YouTube video or whatever, and I'll be back in about half an hour. Okay guys, so I am back about 40 odd minutes later to check that your silicone is curing properly. Just get, you know, just stick and just poke it every now and then. Once it like becomes like, well, I can't see that. Once it becomes like pretty hard, like it's pretty good to take out. The crystal is in here. All we've got to do is slightly do it slowly because you don't want to tear it, but see how good it was to put like sticky tape and stuff down so it came off really super duper easy. I made a slight tear in it, but I did say at the beginning that I'd probably like have to do that. Just trying to find, then just and there's your crystal completely protected. I don't know if you can see this. And here is your mold. So I don't know if you can see, it's completely taken the inside shape of the crystal. And I'll do a resin casting of these tomorrow morning and record it so you can see how to cast resin out of molds. I'll be doing more than the crystal ones because I have more stuff to do, but yeah, this is how you make a silicone mold. So now I have two of the same ones. I would suggest, you know, having a smaller one like this because you're just gonna waste a lot of silicone and it is very expensive. This was my first try at this, to be fair, so I didn't really know how much I needed. But for something, you know, this size, then about 40 mil of each is perfectly fine. So there you have it. A few tips and tricks that I want to share with you as I've learned through this experience is afterwards, the cleaning process, I would honestly leave it inside the pot to cure first, because I tried washing it out while it was still liquid and it it was a nightmare. Don't do it. Just wait till it's cured, because look, it's so easy to just pull off afterwards. And it's really cool because this is prosthetic makeup silicone as well. Well, it's mainly prosthetic silicone makeup, but it's multi-purpose. You can use the bits that were from the inside of the packaging, and just once they've like properly cured, so like there's no wet bits or anything in there, you could definitely probably just smack this on your face and just use it. Another tip is you can definitely use less than you would expect to use. Just make sure that you use enough to cover whatever you want to cast. Don't be too rough with it. Maybe about half an hour into the curing process, poke it with a popsicle stick that you use to mix it with and stuff like that, just to see how much it's cured and stuff. Like, once you'll know when it's cured, when the fingerprints that you leave are minimal, basically, and you can definitely take it out, and it's definitely useful. I also tried to use hot glue to cast a crystal. It can be done, I will tell you, it can be done, but it's so much more messier. Like, I don't know if it'd be worth it or not. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to make a resin casting tutorial. So I'm going to put resin in the molds and show you how to do that, go over the safety, because it's a lot more, it's not more difficult, but it is more, I can't explain it. Like, there are things that you need to do, like, really specifically, like wearing gloves and all that kind of stuff, and like, it's not 1-to-1 ratio either, so you need to be specific, because otherwise your resin won't cure properly. The camera ran out of memory, like always. There's always something. Yeah, so tomorrow I'll be doing a resin casting tutorial because of how different it is to making a mold, and stuff like that. So I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys found it useful. It's a good way to make your own stuff. If you want to make stuff out of resin like I do, I use a lot of resin stuff. Also, hot glue gun, you can definitely use hot glue in molds very easily. It's just a good way to do any like prop making, or if you want to make any jewellery or anything like that. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you tomorrow.